All
Ready?
right. Yep.
Is Chad Kauha'aha'a. Kauha'aha'a.
All
There
right.
you go.
Thank you very much. It's always good to get it from the source. All right. And coach, can you tell us a little bit about like what you're excited about with the defensive line coming in this
Super fired up about my group this year. We've got a lot of depth and a lot of senior leadership coming back with with Paul, David, and Durant. Those guys have done a nice job since I've gotten here, rallying the troops, having everybody walk a straight line. It's not like our guys get out of line here, but just vocally and the way they do things in the weight room, in the classroom, on the practice field, that's been a huge positive. So I'm excited about our leadership, and it doesn't only stop with those guys. I mean, I think Louis done a great job, Chase Atada's done a great job. I mean, I got a good group of leaders right now.
Okay. So, and aside from leadership, I mean, you mentioned Moa. He's obviously a great leader. He's been here for a while. He's got a lot of production. How do you envision his role kind of evolving as he goes into this year?
Well, I think David's got to be a playmaker for us. I
Hmm.
mean, I think his sophomore year, I mean, he was off the charts with his numbers, and I think
Hmm.
last year he took a little bit of a slide. People started to notice him
But
a
it was a
little bit more.
position change a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah.
and they knew who he was too, right? And
Mm.
then, so this year there's no secrets. They know who you are, and you got to get those numbers up. We're counting on David to be way more productive than he was last year. But again, I think like I said, David has stepped up his game as a leader. David was a quiet dude before I got here, and I challenged him this spring to be a little bit more vocal. He doesn't have to be a rah-rah guy jumping up and down, but just be a little bit more vocal and holding his guys accountable, holding himself accountable, and letting people know the situation. And so I think that's helped him get out of his shell a little bit. The David you guys see when he's making plays, he gets all excited, but they're in practice. And in the film room, I thought, for a guy, for a guy like him, he should have been speaking up a little bit more, and we're getting him to do that.
Can you tell me a little bit about the defensive end position? You got Durant Miles,
Hmm.
Chase Atada. How are they developed?
I think Durant coming off of his surgery, he did not get to practice in the spring, but boy, he worked really hard on getting his shoulder right. So he's cleared to go. So that's a huge positive. And then Chase Atada had a really good spring. We put some weight on him, had a really good spring, and then midway through he had a bad ankle injury, which kind of took him out, which kind of opened the door for Coyote Rufai, and so Coyote took full advantage of those reps. So I like where we're at the defensive end spot. Durant's got a ton of experience, game experience. Chase has a ton of game experience, and I got to see him practice in spring ball, and then Yodi, who's the youngest out of the group, he had a hell of a spring, and we're hoping that carries over into the fall, and that defensive end depth is pretty solid.
How do you feel about your tackles? And then maybe do you have some young guys that are up and
Yeah,
coming?
yeah. I think the tackle spot could be concerning. I think we got David.
Hmm?
Obviously, David's a D tackle, and he's a veteran guy. And Matlock is another one. He's got a bunch of playing experience, but we got to find that third guy. We have to find it. So that pot spot is up in the air for camp, and we got to find somebody else. If we got to move in Chase Atada, then that's something we might do. So we'll see how it goes. And then at the nose guard spot, again, we got some from pretty good depth there. I think again developing a third nose, but again you can bounce. You got Louis,
Got a lot of size there in
you
recent
got
years.
Louis, you got Manny, and then you got Paul who can swing. Paul and Matt can swing at nose, but then you got these young guys who's pretty talented dudes.
Hmm.
Scales and Keegan Freeborn. That'll be interesting to see. Now I think Scale maybe has a little bit of an upper hand right now because he went through all of summer conditioning. Keegan's just coming off of an ankle injury surgery that he had right in high school. So we'll see. I mean, again, it's developing some of these younger guys and finding that three spot at nose and tackle is going to be the key for fall camp.
And when you said Manny, I'm assuming Emmanuel Facelli, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Manny
good.
Facelli.
No,
Sorry.
that's good. It's good. You got the rapport with them. We were just for readership
No,
and
no doubt,
everything.
no doubt.